Alrighty, good morning guys. Well, we're back out to the pond slash lake, whatever you want to call it. About a 3-acre pond, small lake. We're in the process of fixing some erosion issues and going to try to raise certain portions of the dam up and build a new spillway. He's wanting it to hold a little bit more water. The pond's really deteriorated over the years. It's built probably back in the 60s, give or take. And so anyway, we're doing a rejuvenation on that, and I'm gonna need probably 10 to 12 loads for just the dam. And then when we go to doing the spillway, I'm gonna need some more for over there. So I've been over here digging test holes, and I went over kind of by that tree because they had a lagoon built. You can't see it, but it's up there behind those round bales. They had a lagoon built because this used to be a milking operation. Had a lagoon built, and they got all of the clay from this bottom right here. And there's kind of a big old huge low spot right there. But anyway, I went over here, dug a test hole. Topsoil was probably 4.5 foot deep, which is odd for Missouri, at least this part of Missouri. It's a rarity. So anyway, I moved up the hill here. There's a rock pile here and some old trees, some old elm trees and stuff. So I moved up the hill and hit clay in probably 2 foot. So the owner said he was all right. We're gonna go and strip some of, I guess you'd call it topsoil. It's pretty rocky. It's typical Missouri. But I'm gonna go ahead and set all the topsoil off to one side and then start getting down and where I can get some clay loaded in the truck and start getting some dirt moved. We got rain coming tomorrow, so I don't want to get caught with my pants down on that. So anyway, here we go. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna strip off decent soil is here. Not too much, as you can see. Whoa, man. Topsoil around here to refill this up, because we really don't have, other than these rocks, we really don't have anything to put back in here. So that could make for a unique situation. been some that, you know, that are relatively new to the channel and have asked, you know, hey, why don't you have a quick coupler on this, and, you know, get a tilt bucket and, you know, stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to address that. I've addressed it in messages and stuff before, but I kind of wanted to address that. The reason why that this machine doesn't have a quick coupler on it, and it is plumbed for that, but the reason why that it doesn't, I'm going to turn that truck around. I don't want to swing over the. Is because I bought this machine in the COVID era, when COVID was at its peak in 2000, and it was supposed to have a quick coupler. That was part of the deal. The dealership had the quick coupler. That wasn't a problem. But they had no quick coupler thumbs. That was the problem. They're a Strickland dealer. Strickland, that's what the thumb and bucket are. I'll reposition that truck next load. Anyway, we could not find, and they did not have a thumb to match a quick coupler. Let me back up. They didn't have a 5-tooth or 5-tine thumb, which is what I wanted, to match this bucket. So that's what I wanted, was a 5-tooth. That way, because I do a lot of tree clearing and stuff, and it gives you an opportunity, you can pick up, you've got more grab surface. Anyway, they did not have a 5-tine thumb. They could not give a 5-tine thumb. There was not one in the United States with an 80mm pin to fit this machine. There was some on smaller machines and some on bigger machines, but this size machine is really popular. At least, you know, well, I mean, it's popular everywhere that I can tell. You know, this is, it's just the right size. It's still small enough that you can transport it, but yet big enough where you can do a lot and move a lot with it. I had the 312 Cat before this one, which was nice, easy to transport, and it would do stuff like this fine. A little slower, smaller bucket, but anyway, when it comes to tree moving and stuff like that, it just didn't have it. Or when moving large quantities of dirt, it just, you know, it just didn't have it. So anyway, slide this over to this bit. So anyway, but going back to the story, okay, the dealer could not find one in the United States. Contacted the manufacturer. The manufacturer said, hey, due to the COVID restraints, we don't, you know, we've got our workforces at home. We don't have any production for the most part going on right now. We would have to make you one. We don't have any in inventory because once production shut off, they sold out their inventory and that was it. So I mean, we called multiple companies. Strickland, Workbrow, I mean, some of the others, you name it, nobody had one. So, in essence, this is what I ended up with, because I needed a machine and it was going to be 6 weeks before the manufacturer would be able to make one because of short staff. So anyway, that is the story as why this machine doesn't have a quick coupler. Eventually, I would like to put a quick coupler on it because it is, in fact, with just a little bit of plumbing, everything is set up everywhere on the machine with the exception of a little bit of plumbing as far as soft lines and stuff like that. Anyway, so the dealer told me, he said, hey, if you decide you want to put a quick coupler on it, we'll trade the thumb in. I don't want to spill any rocks in this field, that's why I'm kind of watching myself. They you know, they said, hey, we'll trade let me try to slide myself. They said, hey, we'll trade you out. I might just sit right here for now. We'll trade you out and no problem. But you know, machine's already, you know, purchased, and put a quick coupler on it, you know, probably 10-11 grand by the time it's all said and done, not counting the thumb, you know. So I went this long without it. We'll see what happens as time goes on. You know, the whole economy thing right now, you know, with the economy being all jacked up, I'm not going to go in and purchase anything right now. There's an auction site that has a tilt bucket for this size machine with cylinders complete, ready to pin up and go. And I've been watching it, and you know, price isn't bad right now. I'm sure it's going to go up. There's some time before the auction's over, but which would be ideal. It's a 60-inch. This is a 48. Would be amazing to have to cleaning these ponds and stuff out with. But with that thumb on there and no quick coupler, it's not an easy chore to switch buckets on these. You know, early on in the year, man, if I'd have had that tilt bucket with the smooth mouth tilt bucket for these ponds, would have been phenomenal. And I could have just left it on there because I really haven't done much, with the exception of right now, I really haven't done much with the excavator other than cleaning the ponds out. So I could have justified that, and the time that it takes to pull the pins, pull the 2 pins with the thumb on there, because you got to chain the thumb up. You got to, you know, try to lay everything down, chain the thumb up, knock the pins out, try to keep the thumb. Then you've got shims and everything you've got to get lined back up, and it is just a pain in the butt. So again, I'm going to see that tilt bucket. I'm going to watch it a little while longer and see. I really don't want to spend any money right now, because I spent a lot of money on the track loader. And you can go Instagram and some of my past videos, you can look and see what happened to the track loader. But it's fixed now, but it was expensive to do. And then I put all those cutting edges on there, and the end shanks and the corner shanks, and so anyway, I spent a lot of money. So I'm gonna say that I'll probably have to wait on that bucket. But anyway, all right, here we go. loads in, I probably need that many more to get this perfect. But, you know, we've still got to do a spillway, and we got to kind of watch a budget. So, I mean, this is going to be secure. I mean, it's going to have to keep the cows off here for a while. They're going to just destroy this thing. Try not to get too far into the dang tree over here. Just going to have to tell him. And he's aware of that. He's, you know, said he's kind of what to keep the cows out of here and use this for a fishing pond, because he used to fish this when he was a kid, and it used to be a really viable pond. So that's kind of what he's wanting to do. Again, not so much cattle, but more so. Anyway, I am just trying to go through and compact this, which is compacted pretty good. Not the best clay because it's kind of powdery and it's dry. So once you run over it a few times and push down on it, you know, it goes ahead and tightens up, kind of, as you can see, you know. I guess I had mentioned this old dam, and I told him last night, you know, he needs to save his pennies up and let me come in here and take these elm trees off the inside of this dam. There's probably enough dam left I can go in and regrade it and probably be okay. But as you can see, it's kind of starting to undercut, and because you've got to be careful. Like I said, not I sure would have liked to have been able to drain this down, siphon it down a bit, where I could have really climbed up in here. And I am going to push up some topsoil here a little bit, but like I said, man, I need probably that many loads in to get this back to what it once was. That's what's crazy. Alrighty, boys and girls. Well, here's the dam's done. You can see that. Okay, I'm back. My battery ran out. Anyway, just like I said, all in all, not too bad. I threw some trees out there for the fish. Like I said, stuff like this I couldn't get up around, but I mean, you can just see how, you know, that elm tree right there. This was actually eroded back from right here, went straight down where the cows had done that, and I was able to kind of squeak up in here. I had to pull some limbs off. Was able to kind of squeak up in here and couldn't turn much, but I could reach out and kind of put some of that back in there to kind of help. Like I said, all these elms on the inside need to come off. You know, there's pine trees on the outside. Some of those are dead. They'll probably all die because if they've got that disease, that parasite, then they'll probably all die. But get these elms off of the inside and let me come back in and grade, you know, grade all of this and re-slope all of this and then reseed it. But we'll see if he decides to do that maybe later. But anyway, like I said, all in all, it's not too shabby. It turned out pretty good, actually, under the circumstances. Like I said, I would have liked to have been able to have brought this out, you know, brought it out to a little bit more, but it would have taken at least it would have taken at least another round. I hauled 8 loads of clay in here, and it would have taken at least that many more just to get this back in its original condition. But there's really no sense in doing it, because I mean, look at that. So the main thing I want to do is widen it back up and get it sealed up enough where it'll hold. And I've widened it back up plenty enough, so there's no worries there. The water's only going to come up to, I think there's about 3 foot of freeboard, so the water's going to come up to where I set the new water line. And I don't know if you can see, there is a yellow flag. It's a pipeline flag that I robbed and stuck right there. That's the water level, which is going to come up to about where my foot's at. There's going to be almost 3 foot of freeboard here, which is going to be fine, because this, as south wind comes up here, and the other day when the wind was blowing real hard, it was just like a lake. I mean, it was just lapping up on here, and this will give it a little opportunity to have plenty above it, you know. Stinking cows came down through here. I had this all slicked up, and look at them. I would have to come right down in here and freaking mess up my deal. Anyway, I robbed this topsoil, which is amazing topsoil. I robbed it from here, just shoved it up here and topped the dam off with it. I would have liked to have gotten some down, at least, you know, at least probably 3 foot down, but I was just going to screw that all up if I did that. So it'll be fine. It'll eventually grow. Cows get, you know, in here. Hopefully he'll keep the cows out of here. But anyway, now we got horses. Yay. But anyway, before the dark gets me, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, and ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post new videos. Appreciate you guys as always. Channel's slowly but surely growing. Don't forget about the shirts. And I know I need to get some pictures of them. I've already talked to my 2 models about doing that. So anyway, I guess I'll call it a day. I got a big old hole over there on the other side of the excavator over there by them trees that I'll have to contend with. I hope to come back tomorrow and finish work on that spillway. Maybe get it done or close to being done. It'll probably be the first of the week before it gets done because we got to get rock and stuff in here. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you probably tomorrow.